What's good, guys? So I just came back from a run, so excuse me for being a little exhausted, but I wanted to talk about how to make something of yourself. Very point blank, simple. I don't want to go too crazy into detail here, but it's just simple, guys. How to make something of yourself, right? There's a lot of people out there that are maybe they're in school, or maybe they're at a job that they don't like, or maybe they're just feeling alone, or they're just feeling like they don't have no idea what they're going to do. They have no idea what their plan is. They have no idea what they're trying to focus on. Right? I'll tell you something when it comes to, like, let's talk about making something of yourself when it comes to you, your brand, who you are as a man, or let's say a woman. I'm gonna speak mainly for the men, of course, but how to make something of yourself, make money, be self-sufficient, have an abundance of money, have an abundance of health, wealth, happiness, etc. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect whatsoever, but I think one of the biggest things when it comes to making something of yourself to be able to make money in 2026 is going to be building your social media. That's probably going to be the number one thing. / building your brand. Right, who you are, for example, me, who Nick is, who am I, right? It's Nick Mastro. Who is that, right? So building a brand online, right? Posting on social media, letting people know who you are, because at the end of the day, social media is going to be the best way for you to be able to make money, right? Because social media, if I get a focus here, social media is going to open doors for you that a degree or a regular job, etc., isn't going to be able to do, right? If you have a good social media, right, good personal brand, let's say you start posting, right, you start to build up your following, you start to post videos, just you talking, whatever, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? That is going to get you further in life, most likely, than 99% of other things, of anything else. Right, so obviously I'm talking about the personal brand aspect. This doesn't go for, the physical aspect of life as well, or the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect. There's all these different things that I could go into here. But to start building your personal brand and just, not worrying about the results at first, right? I started my Instagram, probably in like 2013 when I was 13 years old. But really, I started posting seriously maybe 2019, 2020. I was 19 years old, 20 years old. Really, when I was like 18, that's when I really started posting about investing, trading, mindset stuff. Just me talking to the camera, like nothing crazy. And now I'm 6 years into it. Well, maybe more, 7, 8 years into me posting and building my personal brand. And I talk to people all the time about this. They're like, Nick, well, how do I get like you? How do I get to the point where I don't have to work a job, where I can make all my money online, other than obviously sitting down and learning how to trade? Guys, your personal brand on social media, right? If you could build your brand on social media, it gets to the point where I could basically post whatever I want and clients will come in. Right, people will come in. I could start a fitness program. People will come in. I could start any business I want. And social media, my Instagram is going to be that number one catalyst. Right, it's going to be the number one starting point for me to be able to get the business off the ground. Right, that's the number one thing. Right, so that's huge. The fact that I'm where I'm at now. Okay, yes, 6 years. You could probably do what I did 6 years in 1 year when it comes to social media. Or less than 1 year, if I'm being completely honest with you, and get to the point where you can make money just by posting on social media. You could make brand deals, you could make partnerships, you could do affiliate programs, referral programs, you could start your own product, your own business, whatever, and market it. Guys, social media is free advertising, right? That's what people don't understand. They're so afraid to talk to the camera. Guys, what are you afraid about? Like, are you really that afraid of somebody else that doesn't even give a shit about you or your family or your money or anything about, them seeing you on their phone? Do you really care? Oh, well, God forbid somebody sees me on their phone. God forbid they judge me. Bro, they're broke. You guys remember the last video I posted? Nobody who's doing better than you is going to actually hate on your work, on your grind. For example, if I have one of my students or colleagues or whatever, friends, people that I'm trying to help, starting to post reels on social media, I don't care how cringy it is, I'm going to support it because that's how it is, right? You don't get great at social media just by doing it, like just by starting. You don't have to start off amazing. You start off sucking. You start off like shit. Same thing with the gym. Same thing with running. I was just trying to run. Same thing with anything. You start off like shit. You start off terribly. That's just how it is, guys. Nobody starts, a sport or the gym and they're automatically jacked in 1 week. No, it's not how that works. Sorry to tell you. Not how that works. At all. But, that's one of the biggest things. You want to make something of yourself. First off, stop caring what people think. The only reason you don't post, I'm going to be real with you right now. The only reason you do not post on social media or you do not do certain things that you want to do is because you care too much about what people think online. Who gives a shit, bro? Who gives a shit about what people think about you online that aren't even doing nearly, or they're not even trying? Who cares what people think? Bro, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna be gone. So what? Who cares? Right? The same people who are afraid to post on social media are the same people who are afraid to talk to girls, talk to women. They're afraid to approach women. Those are the same people that are afraid to talk to their camera. Because right now, if someone walked by, I'm talking to my camera. I'm not gonna care, dude. I don't care if someone's walking by. It's private property, of course, but you get the point. Other people, they'll be talking, and then they'll be, oh, someone's there. Be quiet, be quiet. Never see that person again. Relax. So social media, that's the number one thing. Posting your brand, because your brand is going to get you into deals that, again, anything else is not going to get you into. Right? Connections that anything else is not going to get you into. I'm able to share my social media with people and instantly become part of their network, instantly become part of their group, become part of their team, because just how my social media looks, or instantly get a client, or instantly get somebody to work with me because of how my social media looks. Boom, that's my business card, guys. That's your business card. Stop with business cards, stop with websites. All that shit is trash, okay? It's trash. Your Instagram is your business. Is your business card, okay? Now, going into the physical and the spiritual aspect as well. Guys, just go to the gym. Just go lift weights. Just go do it. Like it's you just have to do it. You just have to do it. And I know this is supposed to be a how to make something of yourself, and you're like, well, Nick, it's not that easy just to go to the gym. It's not that easy just to post on social media. I will say this. How to do it is you have to get good at doing it without expecting instant gratification, instant results. You have to get good. This is very smart here. You have to get good at thinking about the end goal and the result of what you're going to get from doing that thing rather than the work it takes to do that thing. Right, guys, understand that and really, re-listen to this, right? If you could get attached to the end result of what that thing is going to do for you instead of the work it takes to do that thing, that's when you're going to want to do it, and that's when you're going to make some more money. That's when you're going to do better. That's when you're going to win. Right? If you get to that end result of, I can't wait to look jacked. Can't wait till I'm jacked, bro. Like, that's going to be the end result. That's me at the gym, bro, for the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months. Grinding consistently, eating consistently. I'm going to look jacked. And guess what? People who look jacked, people who have good physiques, they make more money. They have more respect. You could obviously see somebody who has, a jacked physique, or somebody who is, consistent with their body and winning in the physical. That's someone I want to do business with. That's someone people want to do business with because they're like, okay, they're consistent and they're legit in their own life, in their personal life. If they're consistent and legit in their personal life, I can only imagine how well they're going to do in this business deal we have with them. Makes sense? Right? And I'm not saying everyone who works out is rich, and I'm not saying everyone who works out does good business. I'm not saying that at all. Understand, the people who are consistent in other aspects of their life, are more likely to be consistent and do even better business when it comes to the actual business that you're trying to do with them. So going out there and again getting attached to the end result of, okay, I'm going to run every day, I'm going to work out every day, I'm going to eat even though the food isn't that great, even though the chicken is dry, the rice is dry, whatever, I'm just going to eat it. I'm just going to do it because I know that's going to help me towards that end goal, and I have that end goal in mind. So you have to get attached to that end goal, right? Same thing with social media. You have to start posting and not get attached to the likes, to the comments, to the shares, to the to people judging you, to the views. Not get attached to any of that. Just get attached to the fact that if you keep doing it for 6 to 12 months or more, you're going to build a personal brand that's going to feed you, right? That's going to feed you income. That's going to feed you, connections, and it's going to build your personal brand, right? So again, making something of yourself, guys. To wrap everything up, how to make something of yourself is going to be simply getting attached to that end goal and not to the work it takes for you to do a certain task. That's basically going to be my main tip here, the main answer here. Everything in between is everything in between, but you have to understand that doing these little things over and over again is going to build towards a bigger goal, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. You have to think brick by brick. You have to think if every day was one square brick, how long it would take to build a house. If every day was one square brick, but at the end you'll have a whole house, right? So you have to think about that when it comes to the gym, when it comes to the physical, when it comes to the mental, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to the business, when it comes to trading, right? When it comes to your social media, right? How nice is it going to be when you are able to make $50K a month trading? Not, oh man, just lost $500, just lost $1,000. I don't know if this is for me. And getting attached to that pain that you have to go through, but not realizing that, again, it's not about the problem or the pain it's taking you to get to the end goal. It's about the end goal, right? So it's about you focusing on that end goal and basically being as delusionally optimistic as you can to get to that end goal. So that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. It's beautiful out here. I'm gonna go take a dip in the water, so I'm gonna catch you guys. Ooh. Wow, that's fucking refreshing. I'm about to go in. That's refreshing as hell.